nowhere, I mean nowhere in the UK does wind and rain like Scotland does. Right, so what did we get up to? There's a sheer drop. With how windy it is, I'm not going no closer than I am now. And I must admit, it has been pretty tough going. The visibility is deteriorating. It's a long way back down there. One of the guys who just passed me coming down, he did say it's really grim at the top. It's proper windy and cold, so looking forward to it. Let's push on. Onwards and upwards. We're just heading out of Ashfield now. I'm about to join the M1 for the long road all the way up to Scotland. Right, so hiya everyone. And well, you've probably already guessed it where I'm at. I'm back in Scotland for the first time in 4 months. In fact, before we carry on, let me just turn this DVD off. No doubt YouTube will be blocking it for copyright or for some violation. Right, so that's that turned off. Yeah, so I'm back up in Scotland. I'm up at Loch Tula Lookout Point this evening. Hopefully going to be going up Ben Nevis over these next few days. Not sure which day yet because the weather, the forecast is pretty bad for strong winds and a lot of rain. Now my original plan was to come up on Wednesday and go back down on Sunday, go back home on Sunday. But it's now Saturday evening now, so I'll be up here till at least Tuesday, but no later than Wednesday, so we've got 3 or 4 nights up here, so we'll get some footies, get out and about again. And the reason I didn't get to come up here on Wednesday was the starter motor on the van had packed up. So I just wanted to say thank you to Nicky Marriott at Nicky Marriott Motors on Papawick Lane, Hucknall, for getting me in so quick and sorting the van out. So nice one for that, Nick. Cheers, pal. And like I said though, I am actually up here with the main objective is to get up Ben Nevis. Now, back in 2014, me and my mate, we attempted to go up it. We got just above halfway. We got to about 700 metres. And to be honest with you, it came down real bad. The rain and the cloud, the visibility was terrible. But it was on the back of doing a couple of Munros in the area the day before. So to be honest with you, we was really shattered and we called it a day and came back down. It was annoying, but the visibility was terrible and we was quite inexperienced at it. I mean, I'm not overly experienced now, but I've done a few more walks since, so we'll try and get up Ben Nevis over these next few days. I've also got the map for the area we're in at the moment, Glencoe, Glenative. So if we don't get up Ben Nevis, I'm sure we'll be able to pick something out from that, even if it's a walk lower down. But I'm determined we're going to get up Ben Nevis this time, and you guys are coming with me. So I'm going to catch a bit of Marty McFly and Doc Emmett Brown, and I'll catch up with you guys in the morning. So I'm going to get this turned on. Back to the Future, my favourite trilogy. Right, so good morning all. Time is 7:25. I slept really well last night. We're just going to be heading across towards Fort William. It is 34 miles from where I parked last night, so I'm saying 43 minutes. So we're going to be heading across, down through Glencoe and over towards Ben Nevis. So I'm just heading down now to where I'll be starting it. As you can see, it's drizzling. But I've been having a look at the forecast and it's the same for the next few days, so we'll go and give it a go. Right, so let's see if I can get parked up. You can actually stay overnight here. But I stayed where I did last night, as you've seen. I think here will be the favourite spot for the night, or rather favourite spot for the hike. Don't think I'm staying around here tonight, but we'll see how it goes. In fact, let's turn this round. I prefer to back into spaces. I don't want a reputation of not being a good driver. All good drivers back into spaces, apparently, I was told once, so let's see. We'll get the waterproofs on and start heading up. Right, so I'm just heading out now onto the pony track. It's just gone 9:30, so let's see how long this takes. I think they say around 5 to 6 hours. That's up and back down. With this rain, I'll have to see how much recording I can do, but I'll try and get a few bits on the way up, and obviously if we summit, I'll get a recording then. I'm not expecting too much visibility. I think 3/4 of the year the visibility on Ben Nevis is poor. It's obviously very high up and surrounded by cloud. So right, start making tracks. I've put all my clothes and food and everything inside carrier bags inside my bag, so I've been meaning to pick up a cover for it like them people's got on theirs, but they should stay alright. They're in packets as well, so I've double bagged the clothes and the foods inside carrier bags. So I'll start making some tracks. I've only walked up from down there to here, and I'm already delayering. That mid layer I've got, the orange rab one, it's far too warm, and it's about 13 degrees today. So just had to strip it off, put it in the bag, inside the carrier bags. So as you can see, it's well clagged in up there. The visibility is really poor. Just starting to gain a bit of height now. I've had to put the hood up so I can see wearing these glasses, and the peak of the cap is helping shield it a little bit, but I still keep having to give them a wipe. It's one reason I was hoping to get up on Wednesday, because Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and as you've seen yesterday, it was pretty decent, but the forecast now for the rest of the week is like this. So I've not drove over 400 mile to not do it, so we'll keep pushing on, onwards and upwards. I've gained a decent bit of height already. Been walking about 30 minutes. So I've been walking now about 50 minutes or so. We're at a bit of a waypoint, which is that bridge there, which I believe marks about a third of the way up. I would just have to double check on my app at what height I'm at, but I would say I'm at least 450, 500 metres. And I must admit, it has been pretty tough going. I think it's the warmth. I'm wrapped up as if it's winter, but as I mentioned earlier, it's like 13 degrees. It's a long way back down there. Right, I've only come on another couple of minutes from where that bridge was, but the wind is starting to pick up, which in itself is a good thing because it may be clear some of these clouds, but also it'll bring in the wind chill. Hey, I've just noticed these two dudes down here. Check them out. I've heard of mountain goats, a couple of mountain sheep. Look at them, just taking it all in, the view down into Ben Nevis. Brilliant. Well, I've just spoke to a guy who was on his way down. He reckons it's about another 15 minutes from here to the halfway point, where he did say to me it's really windy and very cold on the top. So we'll see what sort of recording we can get when we get up there. I'm not going to record much more now until we're much further up because the visibility is deteriorating. Right, so I'm literally 600 metres now. This is the flattest part I've been on since we left the van. Look at the cloud blowing up. There is trying to get bits of blue sky coming out, so hopefully this wind will clear it, and even if I get 30 seconds of a clear view on the tops, we'll be blessed. You see, when we came up here in 2014, we got a bit further than this. My mate came up over the hill, over that and then down. A lot of people commonly mistake that as the halfway point, that little lock, but it's not. It's further around, about another 10 minutes from here. So yeah, here's a closer look at that, often mistaken as halfway lock. Like I said, it's not far off halfway, you're just a bit further along. I think you've got about 150 metres. Up that way, then across. You might not hear me, so apologies for the noise. So I am going to shout. That's the way we've come up from. That path along there, and zigzagged up there, along that. Towards the top. You might not hear me because of the wind. I'm just about at halfway. Right, 30 seconds later, we are at the halfway point. That waterfall is the halfway point up Ben Nevis, apparently. zigzag, but we've got even more zigzag feet going up soon. So we're heading right up to the top via that way, and then it goes round to the left. Right, so I have just checked on the app. It's too windy to get the hard copy of the map out, but we are at 710 metres and the height is 1345 metres, so we are above halfway. So we'll start moving on. One of the guys who's just passed me coming down, he did say it's really grim at the top, proper windy and cold, so looking forward to it. Let's push on. So again, I've just checked on the OS app. We're just above 850 metres here. This last half an hour is going to be real hard going. I'll tell you what, I'm really loving it. Right, so it's 12:30 now. It's time for a bite to eat. Nearly 1,000 metres. It's been taking a lot longer than I expected, but it's been blowing an absolute gale, so it slowed us right down no end. So we'll have this sandwich, then move on. Right, we're at 1,100 metres now, 3,608 feet. There's a few cairns that then mark the way. The top's clearing with how windy this is. Yeah, there's all the way back down into Fort William area. We stayed at a campsite there, it's in the centre of your screen now. You'd be able to go in there and get your jet boil on the go, wouldn't you, for a brew, get out this wind. Right, final push up. The next time you see me, we'll be at the cairn summit, which is over beyond there. I actually thought it's best to get this shot now, because on the top, we're blowing absolute hoolie. But look at the landscape, it's simply stunning, honestly. These that you're looking at now are the Mamors. Indian Moor is the highest one of the Mamors. They're between Ben Nevis and Kenlock Leven. But that's where I'm heading. See you over there. If any of you do come up here, just watch it on this north face. There's a sheer drop, and with how windy it is, I'm not going no closer than I am now. I'm about 6 foot back from the edge. But yeah, just watch yourself if you do come up here. Yeah, you don't reckon they've built a pub, do you? Looks like this. A little boozer. Kids, beer garden, swings on the back. And if they sell Guinness. as you've seen, we made it to the summit, the highest point in Great Britain. In fact, it's the highest point in any direction for I think 459 mile. I will flash that one up on the screen. Any direction. The next highest point is over that way in Norway. But, yeah, so we made it to the top just under 4 hours. I didn't think it was too bad considering I've had some food as well, and I've been recording, and we've had the wind blowing in his face for 50% of the time, because when you're zigzagging it was taking twice as long with the wind just blowing straight in my face. So yeah, reasonably happy with that, just under 4 hours considering the conditions. So right, I'm not going to record all the way back down. In fact, I'm not recording any of the way back down because I've got 15% battery and I just want to get back down to the van now. I am going to have another 10-15 minutes up here, but yeah, we did it. We got there at last. Hey, just quick before we do start moving down, let's just have a little nose in this hut. Looks like somebody's been in there and battened down the hatches for the night. So, right. I'll see you back down at the van. Right guys, it's getting quite late now and I've just had a right eventful journey. Nowhere, I mean nowhere in the UK does wind and rain like Scotland does. Honestly, crazy coming through that Glencoe. So I'm just going to use the showers at the mountain resort and I'll catch up with you later on. Right, so what did we get up to after we came down from Ben Nevis? So I've not really seen the other to give you much of an update. Yeah, came back down, got down at, what was it, 5:10? My whole clothes were obviously wringing wet. I stripped off in here and then made 2 cuppers. I've actually got the kettle on now. I went round to KFC, closed. That was 6 o'clock I got round today. I went, where did I go next? Petrol station in Glencoe. That was closed, so I wanted to fuel up, so I always like to keep it above half. And yeah, just driving back through the glen, as you've just seen on that clip just before I've started recording this, the weather out there is ridiculous. I've heard it's quite bad at home though as well. So yeah, there's loads of surface water down in the glen. I've actually about 10 minutes ago just seen there's a massive tailback, just red lights all going down towards Glencoe. So yeah, right, like I said at the start of this video, I gave myself 2 or 3 days to get up and do Ben Nevis, and we've achieved that. So that's why I'm going to wrap it up on this video. The weather for the next 2 days that I'll be here is horrendous, so I'm not going to be going out and about. I might even be heading back, to be honest with you. Now I've achieved what I wanted to do. Like I said, the main objective for me was to get up Ben Nevis, but today it said 70% chance of rain. Tomorrow and Tuesday it's showing 80 and 90%. So nothing's going to be happening. Like I said, it's quite bad weather back home. So I'm going to make myself a cup of tea. And oh, do you like me Highland coo? He's not from up here. He's a Notts Scot. My daughter, who's 18, she loves Scotland like I do. She bought it me, so he stays in the van. So he moved in here last week. But yeah, thanks a lot for watching, guys. It's been a shattering day. You can probably tell how I'm talking. I am absolutely cream crackered. But, you know, all the usual stuff. If you don't mind, hit the like button. Leave me a comment, please. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. And I'll be catching you again in the next video, which hopefully won't be too long. So, nice one. Thanks a lot. Cheers.